Belt and Road Initiative in the end, a lot of people see as an infrastructure project, as I can put it, it's hardware project. But I don't see it in that way. Of course it is hardware, but it's more about software. And after all, it's much more about orgware and lifeware. It's about putting people together. It's about connecting people together. Of course, connecting them with railways or with trade, but basically speaking, putting people together. And of course, Belt and Road is about leadership. It's about leadership, and it's about visioning. So these are the things that we need on a global scales more and more. So that's the reason why build up on the Belt and Road Initiative, President Xi actually in the last few years, even in the United Nations and General Assembly, almost 2 years ago, a year ago, he initiated his Global Development Initiative, which was actually a big umbrella for the China's 5-year plan and for the Belt and Road as a bigger thing. Then we have Global Security Initiative. These are the things that philosophy and culture of Belt and Road is producing, inducing, and mutually strengthening. So I see that, of course, every big project is always seen in controversy by some people who maybe don't understand, people who are interested in keeping status quo. Prejudices are something which is actually standing as a roadblock to the initiatives like this one. But the fact that there are roadblocks means that there are old forces that have to be somehow replaced. Old, unjust world, current unjust world. I'm a generation who was raised with a project called Moonshot. When American president back in '63 said, "I want to have man on the moon by the end of this decade." And legend says when the director of NASA asked him in order to get bigger budget, he said, "Mr. President, you want him back as well?" So then he got bigger budget, and at the end of the day, the people landed to the moon. There's always big projects, are always questioned by people who are skeptic about it. But also we know that history and civilization was moved forward by the great projects. Of course, there are a lot of little things that has to be done on the way to it. But what is the alternative? It's not sustainable. What is not sustainable? The people get closer. What is not sustainable? The people communicate more. What is not sustainable? The people trade more. What is not sustainable? That we empower poor people to get more powerful, to get richer, so they can share their wealth and their future to get with the people who are already more powerful and wealthy. Or are we going to, what is not sustainable? That we have islands of poor people, our poor states, low income states, and what then we'll do? Then the rich ones will surround them with the walls. So the people are saying it's not sustainable. The best answer to them is, but your segregated world in which we will be defined by our ethnicity, our nation, our religion, our wealth, and be grouped together in small clans, groups, cohorts, call it however you want to. Is that sustainable? No, because we live in a world in which we are significantly more powerful economically than 10 years ago. What China did since opening up, I mean, it's not known in history. What did you do in technological sense, in technology? Look what you did with the growth of number of your educated people. It's impossible. So, but what you at the same time, you are stronger, you're more powerful, and you're more powerful to build a better world. But at the same time, you're more powerful to destroy this world and destroy yourself together with all of us. So that's what when those people are saying it's not sustainable. The point is very simple. The world that you're preaching for, the world of segregated societies, surrounded by little walls of rich and poor, this identity and that identity in a world which is not a world with a shared future. that is not sustainable for no one.